Love you 3,000.
And Habak 3,000 from UAE.
Love you 3,000.
Tiamo 3,000.
Para kami dahil 3,000.
Welcome to another edition of Coach Miranda Miner's Daily Technical Charting, Fundamentals, Improvement of Trading Quotient, and everything about crypto all in one channel. You need to take time to find your bread and butter trade. Ang focus is very important. Dahan-dahanin mo, wag ka mafo-FOMO. Diba? I always tell you to trust the system. No, I want you to wait for a confirmation candle. Wait for this line to be broken. To never, ever do shortcuts in trading.
Kaya ang galing-galing talaga pag natutunan mo yung tinuturo ni Coach bago na-i-apply mo. Bago yung patient lang, yung patient tsaka yung discipline.
Si Coach kasi, he's not just a content creator. Talagang mentor siya. Pinaglalaanan niya ng oras lahat ng videos niya. Not for him, not to get subscribers, pero para matuto tayo, para maging profitable tayo kagaya niya. Sobrang amazing lang kasi konti lang yung taong gano'n na hindi madamot, na hindi niya sasarilinin kung paano siya mag-earn ng pera. Si Coach kasi mas gusto niya pang i-share yung blessings niya.
Nag-decide ako i-PM po kayo, nag-enroll po ako sa inyo sa beginner class. Ginawa ko po talaga everyday, 3 to 4 videos na sa YouTube ang pinapanood ko. Tapos ninonote ko pa talaga lahat.
Magpahinga ka. Hindi tatakbo yung market, hindi mauubos yung trade setup na yan. Find that bread and butter setup. Vulnerability in trading is our most accurate measurement of trading quotient. You have yet to see your success. You have yet to see your millions. Andiyan dyan na. Are you going to give up today? Or are you going to use the word not yet?
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away like it God never changed.
Hey Miranda, nakita mo na ba yung bago nating website? Nako, we have added a couple of improvements in our faster and better website. Tingnan natin. So obviously, you can access this using the website that I just gave. And of course, you can actually just click on the courses that are available in our website. Pagka-click mo niyan, lalabas yung mga napakaganda mga course. Sisimulan mo lang yan in taking the beginner course. Siyempre, kukunin mo yung medyo malapit. For example, today is April 27. You just need to click on the upcoming May 6 to 13. Pagkatapos niyan, when you click on this course, of course, basahin mo kung ano yung nakalagay sa course na ito. What is it about? Obviously, dito ituturo natin kung ano ba ang ating Miranda Miner model of trading. Ano ba yung risk-averse portfolio creation? Tinuturo ko dyan yung standard deviations, yung Coach Miranda Minor Trading System, yung tatlong system natin, naked charting, reporting, and of course, yung comprehensive assessment. No? Pagkatapos po nito, this is actually available in 21 calendar days. No? And this will automatically start once you purchase the course itself. Alright? Pagkatapos po niya, balik tayo dun sa course na pinanggalingan natin. Pipiliin mo naman ngayon yung intermediate course. Piliin mo yung May 21. Of course, pagkatapos ng May 16 to 13, piliin mo naman yung May 21 to 28. Alright, yan. Pagka-click mo nito, in case matapos ka ng maaga on the beginner course, you can already buy this intermediate course on May 21 to 28. Dito naman, tinuturo natin dito yung big picture, understanding the market. You know, we're going to talk to you about the 4 disciplines of an intermediate trader. Ano ba yung portfolio creation? Ano ba yung mga simple, easy to understand steps para malaman mo na hindi ka pwede pala nagtitrade ng sabay-sabay na na Bitcoin at pati yung mga correlated coins niya. Ano ba yun? You can learn it from here. And of course, ano ba yung big anatomy of the feast model natin, and then the 16 personality types of traders. Napakaganda niyan. Pagkatapos po nito, punta ka ngayon sa courses ulit. Punta kayo ngayon dyan, and you can actually try to go on the mentoring course. If I were you, I will already book for the mentoring course kasi medyo puno na. Actually, we're scheduling already for May and June. No? So at this early point in time, schedule nyo na yung upcoming mentoring ninyo. I-click lang ninyo dito yung mentoring course na available. No? Intermediate classes ito, yan. To enroll to intermediate. So ito yung mga courses kanina. Lalabas ka lang dyan. Punta ka ngayon sa home. When you click on home, baba lang tayo doon sa mga available courses in the middle of the home page. Alright, antayin natin yan. Of course, baba lang tayo dito. Let's click on the mentoring. Ito nasa gitna. Click natin ito. Select date. When we click on this, lalabas na dito yung mentoring course natin. This particular case is actually good for 4 weeks. 1 hour and 15 minutes per session. Yan. Enough yan, no, to supervise you and make some refinement on your knowledge. Medyo kung iisipin mo, matagal yan kasi one-on-one yan. Tututukan ka talaga in 1 hour and 15 minutes to validate your knowledge and execution of our system. Yan. So, we're going to tailor fit that based on your developmental needs. No? Kasi iba-iba naman kayo ng developmental needs as a student. Alright, so yun ang ating course and I look forward you visiting our very beautiful website and maraming salamat, Miranda. Hey guys, this is Coach Miranda Minor and welcome to our Tuesday, May 10 edition of our cryptocurrency, technical charting, fundamental, and everything else in one channel. My name is Coach Miranda Minor and welcome sa ating show for today. No? Medyo, I wanna give you a little bit of a warning, medyo mahaba-haba yung show natin today. Bakit kamo? Kasi ako po ay magtuturo ng local stock market. Grabe, no? Grabe kayo talaga. Grabe. Paano ba naman hindi ako maggagawa ng stock market? Ito yung binigay nyo sa aking engagement sa isa sa mga tweets natin. No? This is one of the engagement na binigay nyo po sa akin. Ayan, take a look at that. Alright, hindi ko alam na ang dami pala ditong naggumagawa ng stock market trades, no? At good luck. Good luck, Miranda, no? Ang dami kong inihandang mga napakagandang mga content for today and inahandog ko po ito sa inyo bilang mga mahal kong mga Miranda. Alam mo, every time I go live, hindi ako nawawalan ng good contents because ang araw-araw, the market gives us a very good content to discuss. every day, no? And true enough at nakakatuwa kasi nga nung tinanong ko na actually maraming nag-request ng mga comments, sabi niya, coach, patulong naman, I wanna understand, magwawala ba yung market, no? And to be honest with you, hindi naman ako pinanganak kahapon para hindi ko malaman that some of this question has something to do with the current political situations, no? At bilang isang trader, to be honest with you, bilang isang trader, dapat alam natin ang nangyayari. No, because you need to remember, a lot of the markets are cyclical. When you say cyclical, it means, that the market follows it follows a structure based on the market conditions. And what are those market conditions? When you say cyclical, the market follows geopolitical, political, international, global, financial, fiscal, and monetary events. It means cyclical definitely means hindi lang siya by cycle, by the word itself, pero what it really meant is markets can follow the sentiment of the public, no, of the investing public. So when I ask this question, isa sa mga naisip ko talaga is gawin itong show na ito. Before we officially start, taas ang kamay ng mga nag-survive sa dump. Taas po ang kamay. Type number 1 if you're happy, hashtag you survived. Type number 1 if you are hashtag I've survived the F of this, stock market decline, guys. The entire stock market declined. No, I survived the market and I survived the crypto market. Type number 1. Magyabang ka. Yabangan mo yung sarili mo. I did survive this market. This market, tinalo ko siya, no? Bakit kamo, no? Nako, napakarami kong news maya-maya. No, I have a lot of news, a bit in a few, no? At the end of the day, we all need to say thank you to ourselves kasi nga itong market na to, pasalamat ka dinaanan mo tong market na to. Pwede mo nang sabihin sa sarili mo that yes, I survived. Yes, I survived, no? At sabihin mo sa sarili mo ngayon that I can now understand what a bear market means. I can now understand what does the 30% defensive mode of Miranda minor system is. Mas nauunawaan ko na kung bakit lagi niyang sinasabi 30%. Kasi ngayon ang panahon, kanina na sumalo tayo ng 30,000, 29,600 to be exact. Yun ang magandang sinalo at biglang humataw ng 32,000 si Bitcoin, no? Pero ang tanong, tapos na ba? The thing is, tapos na ba? Tapos na ba ang gera? Is it done? No? And this is the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, our topic for today is about the stock market, not just the regular stock market, but also the Bitcoin, PSEI, NASDAQ, SPX500. We're going to be talking everything about fundamentals ngayon, no? At a little bit of technical. Mahalagang alam natin ang funda ng isang merkado at alam po natin, hihimayin natin ng kaunti-kaunti yung ating merkado as of today. All right? So without further ado, let's just quickly open the market and let's do a readout. Yun, napakaganda ng bounce ng market. Let's just read out the market first. Nako, Panginoon ko po. Hello. All right, Dow Jones bagsak 199 basis points currently at 32,245. Ang ini-expect ko pong sasalo dito, I've been charting our indexes, no? At in-expect ko pong sasalo dito is already going to be the 31,000 level. 31,000. NASDAQ is currently going to be supported by 11,541. Yan na po yung support na fina-follow natin because the 12,618 area is already broken. No? SPX 500 is 35. 35 area or 36,668 is going to be our newest support level. Newest support level. No? Newest because your major Fibonacci resistance is already broken. In fact, I was reading an analysis of a very well-known chartist, no, yung head ng COL. Binabasa ko yung kanyang chart. Napakaganda ng chart niya, no. And parehas kami ng analysis kasi nung Friday sinasabi niya na he was hoping that the most recent Fibonacci will not be broken. Bumagsak and both of us were hoping on the same Fibonacci area, no. So you know, again, mamaya I'm going to give you a little bit of the market condition. Let's talk about the strength of the US dollar. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, pataas po ng pataas ang ating US dollar, which means couple of things that I need you to know. Please listen to this very, very carefully. I will only discuss this once, no? When your US dollar index is actually increasing, it means that the other indexes, other fiats, compared to the US dollar can get lower. Okay? Ano po ang epekto ng pataas na pataas na pataas na DXY? Listen to this very carefully. It has bad repercussions in the market because pag tumataas po ang US dollar index currency, lumiliit po ang value ng other currencies, which means that the net foreign buying in the US stock market will be challenged. People who are using Chinese yuan, no? In other Great British Pound, etc. No? In fact, may usap-usapan po ngayon dollar and euro parity. Dollar and euro parity. Buksan ko lang yan. Dollar and euro parity. Yan po ang usap-usapan ngayon. Let me just try to open that. There you go. Alright. Ang dami pong usap-usapan ngayon that euro can now go with parity with dollar. No, ayan po ang pinag-uusapan sa forex po ngayon sa mga ganito mga and options traders, no. The US dollar and euro are almost equal, no. But those value, those currencies, those fiats, no, those fiats na ang presyo po ng dolyar is mas mataas. For example, pesos. 52 to 53 na po ang palitan ng Philippines peso to a dollar, no. Simulan na tayo ng topic, guys, ha. Simulan na tayo. Sobrang busog kayo sa oras na to, I'm telling you. So right now, it's currently at, baliktarin po natin, 0.19, no? Let me 52.4 na po, no? 52.4. What does that mean? So if you are a Philippines trader and you wanted to buy a stock in the States, no? It will be a bit more expensive for you because you're converting your pesos to dollars. Okay? So ang sinabi ko po sa Twitter, please follow me in Twitter. I've been mentioning this as a tip. As an advice is I want you to park your pesos to US dollar, USDC or USDT or BUSD. Iwanan nyo muna si USD. I will also talk about it maya-maya. You know, the strengthening dollar can potentially impact the buying power of foreigners in participating with the US market. Okay, with the US market. What does this mean is yung mga tao po na bumibili ng stocks sa US na nasa labas, yung net foreign buying ng stock market in the States will be impacted. And that is a problem. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, look at that red. Whew! Apple, Amazon, Alibaba, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, PayPal, Tesla, and Twitter down. They're all down. As a matter of fact, hindi ka po nag-iisa. According to our research, Microsoft lost $189 billion. Overnight, guys, I'm not kidding. This is actually overnight. Tesla lost 199 billion. Sorry, in the past couple of days, rather, in 3 days, no? Amazon, 173 billion. Alphabet lost 123 billion. Meta lost 70 billion. Hindi nag-iisa yung portfolio mo. Hindi nag-iisa yan. Alright? Again, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta lost a total of almost 1 trillion in value. 1 trillion in value. Okay? Okay, sinabi na po natin yan. Ano po yung mga drivers nito? What are the drivers? Sinabi na po natin yan. Volatile earnings week. Napakapangit ng earnings. Napakapangit ng inflation. May tinatawag tayong Federal Reserve adjustment to the interest rates to 50 basis points. Okay, we also spoke about monetary policy adjustments of the Fed. Okay, they're doing reduction of the balance sheet. Ibig sabihin yan, yung balance sheet na may 10 trillion worth of bonds, they're not going to raise it anymore. Every period, magbabawas sila ng almost 90 billion. Ibig sabihin nun, yung mga deals, yung mga umaasa sa mga bonds, mawawalan sila ng access because the government, the sovereign bonds, will be reduced. So yung mga taong umaasa on bond deals, they will have no access because may reduction na tinatawag, may quantitative tightening or QT. May reduction of balance sheet. Kasi nga, ang trabaho ng Fed, pahinahunin yung ekonomiya. So with that said, ang laki ng effect. And you need, parang ganito yan, imagine ninyo, no? Ganito nangyayari ngayon. Parang gusto nyo sabihin sa akin, Coach, ano ba ang tingin mo sa market? Ito yung ating comparison. Imagine an anaconda is eating a pig. Diba? Nilulunok niya yan eh. Diba? Ginagrind niya yan. Diba? Inside the stomach. And mamamahinga yan almost 1 month. Diba? So, that's what's happening with the market right now. Para siyang lumunok ng pork, ng pig. And you don't expect the market to course correct agad. It's not gonna be an overnight change. From a world economy standpoint, hindi ko po inaasahan that everything will change on the next 90 days. We are actually in the middle of it right now. Diba? At the middle of it right now, when everyone was thinking cash is king. Cash is king. Okay? So, couple of things that's happening right now is that when the stock market is down, everyone else is down. Huwag niyo pong isipin that Philippines is not affected. The entire stock market in the States lost 1 trillion in value in 3 days. In 3 trading days. So parang ganito yan eh. Parang the Philippines is a boat. The US market is the sea. Kung high tide, magfo-float yung boat ng States. If it's low tide, it will sink a bit. Bababa. No? So, whatever happens in the States, in the huge markets, the Philippines will be affected. Bakit kamo? You need to remember, ang turnover value, let's actually go to the Philippine stock market real quick. No? Let me actually try to open an example of a Philippine stock market. And I'm actually showing the Philippines stock market right now. Okay? So one thing that you will notice, okay, let's all look into this, the Philippines stock market as of today. So the PSEI from a market perspective, take a look at the entire market here, no? Dow Jones down, NASDAQ down, S&P 500 down, Hang Seng down, Nikkei down. Okay? So from a market perspective, it's everyone else is selling. Everyone else is selling. And you need to remember that from a PSEI perspective, halos umaabot po ang PSEI ng only 6 billion peso turnover value. In fact, nung Friday, almost 3 billion ang net foreign selling. Pesos, kalahati. Kalahati po ng buong merkado, yung turnover value, was the net foreign selling. What is the driver of that? the driver of that is not just the local economy, it's not just the local politics. The driver of that, ladies and gentlemen, is that from an economic perspective, mas malaki din po ang effect, no? Mas malaki po ang effect ng isang merkado na may mas malaking turnover value. The tech giants. So ibig sabihin yung mga foreigners that are buying the Philippine stocks, 'di ba? They need to liquidate some of their assets. Ergo, tataas yung net foreign selling. Okay? Tataas ang net foreign selling. But hear me out. Hear me out, no? Hear me out. Because there was a net foreign selling, it doesn't mean that the Philippine stock is going to be unattractive. As a matter of fact, yung sinasabi natin, yung strength of the US dollar makes emerging markets more attractive. Kasi mas mura sa kanila ang presyo ng mga stocks natin like PLDT, you know, your indexes, mas mura. So, if you are an investor and you are investing in many markets today, kapag dumataas yung palitan ng dolyar sa piso, you're going to get away, no? Or your local currency, for example, sabihin na natin Dubai currency, mas lumalakas yung dollars. So, kumbaga, from a portfolio balancing perspective, yung kapangyarihan ng pera mo, mas tumataas yung dolyar, mas mag-iisip ka to look for other investment venues. In this case, yung mas kayang bilhin ng pera mo. Of course, hindi ko nasasabihin dyan, may mga taong, of course, they have ethics. Meron nga akong nakitang interview kanina eh. Isang investor, talaga sabi niya, because of ethical standards, I will never invest on Meta. Sabi niya yon, I will never invest on Meta because of my ethics. So, speaking, i-wrap up ko lang muna yung US market before tayo mag-Philippines market, no? So, from a US market perspective, hindi po nag-iisa kayo, no? If your portfolio right now is red, you're not alone. You are not alone, no? So it's a matter right now of how do you now see the market and do you see it as a buying opportunity? Wala na pong question dito ng diversification because the entire market is down. Trust me when I say this, mutual funds, insurance, local stock market, global stock market, bagsak po lahat. Even, actually, commodities na lang yung tumataas eh. Commodities, kahit papaano si gold. Kahit papaano, nagagawa niya yung gusto niyang gawin. Kahit papaano, let's just open that. Yan, no? Ang gold futures ngayon, actually, tumataas pa ang gold futures, if you think about it. Okay? If you look at gold futures, commodities, no, tumataas pa siya. Which is, to be honest, kind of good, no? The same thing here, yung crude, tumataas yung light crude oil. Tumataas yan because your price of dollar is also increasing. Your crude oil, no? Your crude oil, your gold is actually increasing. So kung iisipin mo, tumataas ang commodities, tumataas ang gold, no? Ang potential na pupuntahan ng tao to make a safe haven for their money are commodities. They're going to commodities, 'di ba? And because commodities is a hot topic, people will try to increase the price of commodities because ang daming demand eh. So ang trabaho ngayon, sabi ko sa inyo, ang trabaho ng Fed, sirain, magkaroon ng demand destruction. Pataasin yung interest rates. So yung mga investors, mag-iisip sila, tatakbuhan yan. $1 trillion na wala. In fact, ang pinakamalala was way back noong March 2020 when $3 million worth of valuation was nawala po yan doon sa mga big indexes. Overnight nawala yan. No? So if the big companies will lose 1 trillion, ang Pilipinas po hindi exempted dyan. The foreigners will be selling because they're selling their positions to avoid. Bakit po? Bakit nila kailangan gawin yan? Unang-una, they have a fiduciary responsibility with their investors. No? If you have for example, ako, trader ako. and I'm getting money sa inyo. I'm trading your money. I need to explain to you what the hell is going on with your money. The same thing with these types of companies. They have the fiduciary responsibilities to keep their money investment safe against liquidation. Alam mong babagsak yung market, are you not going to clean? Are you not going to cut your losses? Alam mong babagsak yung market, are you not going to let go and sell your positions and you're going to buy in the dip? That's common stock market 101. You need to sell and you need to cut your losses. So the entire market is actually on a decline. By the way, the market is opening, good job, nagre-recover. Dow Jones 1.48, NASDAQ 2.64, SPX 1.9. It's recovering. It's recovering. Kanina maganda ang recovery ng Europe, ha? Maganda ang recovery ng Europe kanina. All green ang European market. Let me just try to open that. The European market. Take a look at that. DAX, German DAX is actually 2.37. IBEX 1.0. UKX 1.19. SXXP 1.81. Exemption is CAC 40, the top 40. So all green. Maganda yung recovery. Actually Asian is also a bit mixed. Mixed ang Asian, So ang point po natin dito is this. This is my point here, ladies and gentlemen. My point right now is yung marami at malaking valuation na wala. Is it a time to buy the dip? Yung po yung tanong natin Is it the time to buy the dip during this time? Diba? That's number one. Number two, ang ibig sabihin ba nito, coach, kapag nawala ang 189 billion, 199 billion, pag ito ba mga to nawala, does that mean that the market or the valuation o yung value rather nung Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, ibig bang sabihin yan, mas pumangit yung produkto nila, mas hindi ba gumanda yung produkto nila? Is Meta pangit? Is Google pangit? Is Amazon pangit? Because of what have happened in the market, the answer is straight no. You need to remember, the market is going to react to the entire market trend. Case in point, wag na tayong lumayo. Let's all go into the US market. Let's all go in the US market. Again, guys, 9:30 to 10:30 is a beginner's market. Sinuro ko na po sa inyo yan, ha? Tinuro ko na yan sa inyo. Beginner's market. Okay, let's now go to NASDAQ. If you remember, around March of 2020, there was a drawdown. There was actually a drawdown of almost from your 9.7 to a drawdown of almost 6,000. And during this time, the entire stock market lost almost 3 trillion. Ramdam ko to. Let me tell you why. Alam mo ba, may insurance ako, di ba? And my insurance, part of my insurance is invested in international market. Alam mo ba, my insurance was enjoying a 4.2 net asset price value, NAPV. 4.2 ha? 4.2. Alam mo, during the March 2020, 4 na taon na yung insurance ko. 4 na taon na po. I'm going to have my lump sum by 2020, 2021. 2021. Last year, nag-encash na ako ng insurance ko Alam mo, from 4.2, nakita ko pumalo ng 2.6 yung aking net asset price value. So imagine mo, kung meron akong 1 million units, for example lang, 1 million units, it used to be 4.2 million, overnight, it became 2.6 million. I lost a total of almost 1.6 million. 1.6 million in my 4.2 down to 2.6. I lost almost, ang laki po na nawala sa pera ko. It's almost a third of my money, within the ballpark. So imagine mo the entire market loss. But hear me out. Hear me out on this. What did everyone, ako alam ko to because I've been here, I'm trading here already. I can tell you, Jollibee, humataw ng 98 pesos ang Jollibee. Okay? Let's look at Jollibee. Let's go to watch list. Okay. Si Jollibee po around March. Hindi ko makakalimutan yan. Jollibee was at 98 pesos. Everyone was so scared. Ayan nakita mo to? Humataw po ng yan. 91 pesos pa nga, nag-92 pesos pa yan. On March. And everyone was thinking, oy, magigiba na yung buong mundo. The market. Oy, the market will go down. Blah, 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 blah. But hear me out. Hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. Okay? Hear me out. Millionaires are born during bear market and stock crashes. Ulitin ko millionaires are born during bear market and stock crashes. Millionaires are born during bear and market stock crashes. During this time, everyone was thinking, uy, huwag ka nang bumili niyan, nakakatakot yan. But people saw opportunity in buying in these types of market. Diba? As a trader, you're wearing multiple hats. Hindi ka lang dapat trader. You need to be an investor as well. In our university, tinuturo po natin 30% stay defensive, stay defensive, stay defensive. Bakit? Para hindi ka ma-wipe out. Bakit mo ilalabas lahat, diba? So yung iba, liquid. They wanna stay liquid. 70% cash, 70% cash. O ngayon, bili tayo ngayon ng stock. Maraming takot Iwanan mo, doon ka mag-position size. When the market is very fearful and everyone is in the bottom, no one trusts it. As long as maganda yung fundamentals, there's always going to be an attractiveness in the stock. So you would imagine, if you trusted it on the bottom, you would have already been 118% of your investment na hindi mo ginalaw. However, 90% of traders don't get this. Bakit? Siyempre, yung prevailing market feeling is fear. Fear. Takot. Bagsakan po lahat niyan. Alam na alam ko yan. Bear po yan. Naku, lahat po ng valuation. Sinasabi ko sa inyo. Everyone, even companies were reporting negative performances. Ayan, nakita mo to. Let's look at the performance. Ayan, they were all Jollibee was reporting negative 13.92, negative across the target. Operating income negative 8.15 billion. Companies suffer. Companies really suffered big time. Ayan, the negativity. But again, the question is, ito yung pinopoint ko dito Does it always mean that the low valuation equals the price? Pag the low price equals valuation, pag mabababa ang presyo ng isang stock, does it always mean that the fundamentals have changed? Ulitin ko Does it always mean that the fundamentals have changed? Let's all listen to this video. Let's listen to this lady that I'm going to show right now.
Laura, good morning. Why now? I mean, things are headed down. Why do you think, at least for these stocks, this is a good price?
I think you need somewhere to hide. If you're required to be in equities right now, it feels like it's just a brutal market. And we really like Amazon's monopoly on the 15% wealthiest people on earth. They're hitting a record installed base every single quarter. Their revenue is rising, and they're hitting all-time high margins. As a company, 44% profit margins. $28 billion of cash last quarter, and they bought in $27 billion worth of shares. So you have a constant demand for shares, which is giving you downside protection. Buy Apple because they're buying in their own shares with all of their free cash flow and huge amount of free. They'll do $90 billion of free cash flow this year alone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get it. People were talking, for the last couple of years, cash is horrible. So it's horrible to hold cash. But think about it. If you had held cash, you'd be able to buy a lot more stocks right now, wouldn't you? So wasn't it worse?
It feels
to
like
hold
10
stocks?
times more
Right?
the way the markets are going.
Right? So if you're looking for some place to hide, why not cash?
I guess, but a lot of funds by
So narinig nyo guys, I was saying this earlier, no? People are looking at the best ways to hide their money, but they cannot find anything right now, especially if you're not into commodities business. Wala kang iiwanan ng pera mo, bagsakan lahat eh. Even Bitcoin. People were selling, pero ibang story ang Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you maya-maya. Malaking story ito, but ito muna, pakinggan natin ulit.
charter cannot hold cash because the people won't pay them a fee to hold cash. So a lot of funds have to be completely invested in equities if they're an equity fund.
I get that, but we're talking to people, right? We're talking to people too on CNBC. So if you're allowed to hold cash because you're a real flesh and blood person, why not?
Okay, so my answer would be, as they fall, so can they rise. So I don't know when this darkness ends.
I will end by that statement. I really like when this lady said that, no? Diba? You know, from darkness, you know, light will come out. Parang something to that effect. Maganda yung sinabi niya, ulitin natin.
I don't know when this darkness ends, but the day it ends, these stocks will be up the same 20%. They're, 10 to 20% they're falling every day. And it's going to be really hard to tell. As they fall, so can they rise? So
As they fall, so can they rise. Because fundamentally, ako bilang fundamentalist, guys, I've been in many bear markets before. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the valuation of the stock eh. Nakita ko na to matagal na at marami na akong pinagsisihan before. Pinagsisihan ko na to na bakit hindi ko siya pinasok nung lahat natatakot. Why did I not enter? But hindi ko tinrust yung fundamentals, napakalaking kumpanya. Why didn't I trust on it? That was one of my mistakes in managing bears. Bakit? Hindi naman lagi nagbe-bear, no? In 2010 to 2020, ilang beses na nag-bear? 2 taon na nag-bear. The 2011 to 2018 was like from 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, umabot pa tayo ng 8,000 if you remember that, yung valuation, yung PSEI natin. Nag-correct lang yan sa 618 eh. Dinemo ko na yan sa inyo before. So for me, valuation is not always equal to the price. So, right now, hanggang saan ang ilalim? Hanggang saan ang ilalim na tingin po natin? Let's all go back, no? NASDAQ. We need to see confirmation candles that the issue is done. On a day perspective, please try to look for a confirmation candle on a 3,300.04, 33,044, a confirmation candle above the 33,044, then Dow Jones would have been done already. NASDAQ, pare-parehas po yan ha. NASDAQ, we need to see a confirmation above the 618 area of 12,960. I need a confirmation above this area, no? Let's now go to S&P 500. Nasa ilalim din yan. Nasa ilalim. I'm forecasting a 3,800. So we need to see a confirmation candle above your 1.618 area. We need to see a confirmation candle, a green candle confirmation above your significant support area, now a resistance area. We need a confirmation of a breakout on your 1.618. Malayo, matagal pa. It's not gonna be overnight. You need to remember there is a word called dead cat bounce. Yung napatay na ng pusa, pag binato mo gaganon pero bababa ulit. Be careful with that. Be careful. Ang market, malaking merkado ito. Hindi agad-agad magbabago yan overnight. Maraming natalo, maraming naglinis ng pera. In my previous review, sabi ko sa inyo, a total of $17 billion was removed in the equity market. You know, because they're trying to expect this coming market dump. No? So, what's in it for you? Doon muna tayo sa global stock market. So, unang-una, you need to assess yourself. Ano ba yung needs mo? Are you going to use the market as a means to earn long-term income? Huwag ka munang umisip kung anong trading style meron ka. Isipin mo muna, ano bang klaseng gusto mong gawin in this market? Do you wanna earn by long-term investments? No? Are you a person that cannot accept volatility? Are you a person na may pera na willing kang mag-take ng risk for a long-term reward. Yun muna alamin mo. One of my lessons learned is that medyo kinulang ako on the latter part. I should have invested on Jollibee when I saw it was 92 pesos. Nasa harapan ko. I have millions of pesos. Hindi ko binibili. I was very, 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 very conservative. Sabi ko, and hindi mo ako masisisi kasi during that time, takot ako magsumugal eh. Takot ako, I'm very, very conservative. Humataw ka ba naman ng 207? Naalala ko, Jollibee was almost 320, nag 270. Bumabayan because they bought a company in the States na hindi nag-work out. Nagalit sa kanila. I think it's Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that. CBTL JFC. There you go. It was CBTL. I think it's one of those na ayaw nila. Bakit nyo binili si Jollibee ay binili si CBTL? This is one of the issues back then. Kaya bumagsak po ang stock niya ng Jollibee that time if I'm not mistaken. So, if you go back on the market itself, that's one, no? And how should I have corrected that is dapat tinuro ko na. Dapat alam ko na yung tinuturo ko ngayon. The value of putting 30% model. The value of doing the 30% defensive model in the trades. Dapat defensive ka when the market, kung hindi mo forteng mag-short, 30% lang ang pera mo naka-out. Hindi ka darating sa panahon na sasabihin mo wala ka ng pangtaya. That's a normal statement of a trader, especially during a dump. But if you have that discipline of staying defensive when the market is down, then hindi ka mauubusan ng pera. You're going to have the money on the right time and on the right place. And don't be too hard on yourself because Coach Miranda Miner, dumaan po ako dyan. So, yung mindset mo na, sayang, buti naranasan mo. Kasi ngayon, alam mo na. You need to be very, very proud of yourself kasi naranasan mo na to. Hindi naman super cycles ang mga high-tech accounts or equities eh. Unlike commodities, they always believe it's a super cycle. Bakit? Commodities, kape, 'di ba? Ano pa? Gatas. Because of inflation, tataas ang price niyan. That's what you mean by super cycles. Tataas. And many analysts would believe that Bitcoin is one of a super cycle asset. Search niyo what super cycle is. So going back, those are the three confirmations. Let's not be fast to believe. It will take time. Tataas din naman yan. Many analysts will say tataas and it will always go up, but it would take time. And the market would have multiple belief. Tulad nung kaninang ini-interview, alam niya sa sarili niya na it's an attractive valuation already because the value of these stocks are on a discount. As a matter of fact, if you buy Tesla, if you buy, let's say, Twitter today, the Twitter price value here, maybe not Twitter, let's probably look for Amazon. Ang laki na binagsak ng Amazon, guys, ha? Pakalaki na binagsak dito. Let's go for Amazon. So, Amazon is selling on a discount. Ayan, no? Tinamaan niya na si 2.618. Ito yung pangsalo natin dyan. The price is already selling on a discount and the price was way back April 2020. The price was seeing a 2020. At ang sabi natin, pangkasalo natin is kapag ito, listen to me carefully for you if you're not using Fibonacci's and you are new to my channel, ha. If you're new to my channel, if you're not using Fibonacci's, take a look at this. We said that a 1.618 can be your support. We said that it can be your support area. At pag yan po nabasag, tutuloy-tuloy po yan. And potentially, pwedeng sumalo si 24 or pwedeng sumalo si 2.618. Ganon siya kagaling. It can give you potential support lines. Now, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel. Please, no, para at least you're updated for all of these things. And I'm talking about the US market right now. comparative to the Philippines market. Ngayon, if you go here, if you go on Amazon, yung iba mga traders sasabihin nila, "Oy, ang tagal kong inintay yung 4,000 plus ng Amazon. Ngayon, it's selling on a discount. Almost 50% off." Ito yung presyo way back April of 2020. Sana binili ko to. May mga ganong mindset eh. So from a mindset of a trader, punta tayo ngayon sa fundamentals nito. Is it the largest company supply chain in the whole world? Sabi nung kaninang babae, it's owned by 15% wealthiest Americans. 'Di ba? Na maganda yung fundamentals. But here's the problem. We're now going to go to the Philippine stock market right now. I made some few research for all of you guys. Here's the problem. Karamihan sa mga traders na kilala ko, no? Of course, meron ka tinatawag na law of percentages, no? Kapag you're trading a penny coin or a penny stock or basura stock, mas madali kang kumita. Bakit? Pag gumalaw kasi ang Bitcoin, matagal bago ka makakuha ng 2%. Unless itaas mo ang leverage niyan. Kasi mataas ang value ng Bitcoin, around $30,000. Pero, pag kumuha ka ng Cardano, ng XRP, di ba? Law of percentages. Mas maliit yung wiggle room. Mas malaki yung galaw pag umakyat pataas. Di ba? Malaki. Kuhang-kuha mo agad yung 2%. Because from 0.68 to 0.7 centavos in a dollar, pwedeng ganun umakyat ng 2% ang ADA or Cardano. But for a Bitcoin to raise at 2%, medyo malaki yan. Kailangan maganda yan. Maganda yung reason yan. Let's now go to the stock market in the Philippines. Okay. Sabi sa inyo, mga 2 hours tayo eh. Oy, before I forget, promote ko muna po ang ating course, no? The schedule of our June and May bootcamp. If you are new to my channel, if you would like to know my system, tayo po ay may recording, 21 days recording po ng course natin. May 6 and 13, May 7 and 14. Yung next batch natin, pwede pa kayong humabol ng May 14th, day number 2 yan. That's the bootcamp. And 21 days access to the recording. And then batch 25, 26 for the intermediate. Habol na kayo dyan, habulin nyo yan. At abangan ninyo yung Crypto 101 natin, Crypto Primer, where we're going to issue you a diploma, no? We can issue that because we are a company and we are an SEC certified company. SEC registered company rather. So abangan yan ha, singit ko lang yan. Thank you so much. Okay, let's now go to the Philippine stock market. Ang dami nag-ping dito, coach. Ano bang nangyayari? Guguho na ba ang PSEI? You know, guguho na ba si PSEI? Okay, ito yung pinaka-hot topic ngayon. Is the new administration causing the market capital to pull out? Yan ang question ngayon. Alright. Can you please type number 1 kung yan din ang tanong mo? Please type number 1 kung ang tanong mo din is, ano ba nangyayari sa Pilipinas? Babagsak na ba ang Philippine Stocks Exchange? Is the new administration causing the market capital to pull out? Ang laki ng net foreign selling, almost 3 billion pesos. Diba? Ang laki, almost 3 million pesos. 3 billion rather. Sige, do you have the same question? I wanna see number 1s. Okay, thank you. Okay, karamihan ganun ang tanong. Alright. Ito na. Here's what have happened in the stock market. Let's review in the Philippines stock market. Let's try to review it real quick. Give me a second. Okay, let's review the Philippine stock market now. Ito na, nakakatuwa. Marami natutuwa dito. Ano nangyayari? Ba't nagbagsakan lahat ng market? What the H is going on, Coach? What's happening? Pwede bang i-short ko na? Ako, ang tagal ng shorting. 'Di ba? Ang tagal. Alright, SMPH, negative. ICT, negative 0.18. BPI, bagsak din 0.42. SM, 0.06. BDO ang angat, no? TEL, PLDT. Marami po sa mga to apektado ng net foreign selling. You remember that, ha? You need to remember the Philippine Stocks Exchange Index is composed of 30 big macro cap companies, no? And a lot of these regs because of a huge net foreign selling, no? And of course, as a retailer, sasabay ka dyan. Alright, here's what have happened. Pero bilib ako, ha? Nag-recover ang market, patapos na ng market, nag 6,700 pa. Okay, here's what have happened. Take a look at the gainers. Ito na nangyari, ha? Take a look at the gainers. Gainers are prim. TFC walang kwenta yan. Tingnan natin, ha? Walang kwenta. You need to remember, kapag tumitingin kayo ng stock, pag tumaas ng ganyang 43.5, wag na wag kayong bibili agad. You need to look at the trades. Ilang trade? 2 trade lang yan. Wag kayong, ito, 2 lang bumili, oh. 2 lang, di ba? Nakita nyo? Never, ever believe always everything that you see in the Philippine stock market. Some of that, bigla ka na hype, uy, tumaas ng 10.55%. Tumaas ng 32%. Boing, pagtingin mo, 2 trades lang. Careful kayo dyan. Okay, let's now go back to home. Alright, ito na po. When you look at the gainers, there are 3. It's Prim, 38.89%. TFC, Web, 30.97%. Araneta, nako, 30.77%. Let's open Prim. Si Prim, hindi basta-bastang aakyat ito. As a matter of fact, 811 trades. Malaki po yan for a trade, for a particular trading day in the Philippine stock market. Okay? Malaki po ang 811 trades. Malaki na yan. Meron ng liquidity yan. Okay. Let's now go with Web. Okay, Web. Almost, let's look at Web right now. Almost 4,263 trades. Okay? Next, let's now go to Araneta. 30.77. 757 trades. No? Malaki yan. 3. And you don't see Araneta, guys. I'm telling you, you don't see Araneta, Web, and Prim as always as active like this. As a matter of fact, if you go on actives, they're actually on the top. Bukod kay Ayala, Converge, no, and Nickel. Hindi po ganun ka-active yung mga yan. Ito na yung nangyari. Ito na yung nangyari. Listen carefully, ha. This is thank you for our researchers. Thank you. Ito na, listen to this. Bakit tumaas lahat yung 3 yan? Right? Why did it all go up? Why did it all go up? Web is owned by Araneta. And you need to remember, Roberto Ongpin used to be a former friend of a Marcos patriarch. Siya yung late trade minister. 30.97. Prime Media or Prim is a holdings company for media properties owned by the Romualdeses. Araneta is a company incorporated in 88 owned by Gregorio Araneta III, which is the husband of the sister of Bongbong, si Irene. So the reason why these companies are bullish kanina is because the market is reacting on the winning candidate. Type number 1 if it makes sense to you right now. Type number 1. Diba? Guys, in reverse, there are companies that went down. take a look at ABS-CBN. ABS-CBN went down negative 19.38. Bagsak. So what is happening? What is happening right now? No? From a local market perspective, hindi fundamentals ang problema. This is the market reacting to the current political situation in the country. Ulitin ko This is the Philippines market reacting to the political events in the country today. Kapag mananalo, imagine, nung nanalo si Duterte, nagliparan po yung mga Davao-based companies. Sumikat po yung may-ari ngayon ng, if I'm not mistaken, not the Converge, the owner of Dito Telecom. If you remember, the namesake, kapangalan ni Dennis Uy din. Taga Davao yan. Diba? When Duterte won 2016, nagkaroon ng nagliparan po yung mga I've been trading since 2016, that's why I know this. When Duterte won in 2016, nagliparan po yung mga Davao-based stocks. Siyempre, taga Davao yung nanalo. Diba? So you need to remember, there are political effects, no, of what's happening in the market. So if you're a trader, isipin mo, ano ba yung merong current events? Ano ba yung dapat kong gawin? What are the things that I need to do, okay, to be able to ride, no? To be able to ride where everyone is going. Unang-una, aside from listening to Coach Miranda Minor, and number two, having the discipline to be defensive during these types of the market, you need to be in the know. You need to be in the know. However, may nagtanong sa akin kanina, Coach, is PSEI on a downward trend? Let's try to finish first this topic, no? So, from the apparently they're related, not owned, it just only meant that they have something to do based on the research that we did. So, ang question is, should we start buying these three? Automatically ba, naturalmente ba na dapat binibili natin itong tatlong ito, Web, Prime Media, and ARA? Here is my recommendation. Okay? Here's my recommendation. Around March or April of last year, nagtuturo na ako ng stocks noon, ng crypto noon. Ang dami pong nagliliparan ng mga walang kwentang stocks. Okay, I'm not kidding Everyone was going gaga over fuel, renewable energy stocks. If I'm not mistaken, ASEN back then, and another one, aside from Ayala Energy, Greenergy, PHA, lahat, everyone was going gaga. The problem with that, ladies and gentlemen, is that if there is a fundamental shift of the market, tandaan nyo to guys, remember this, I'm going to teach you something very, very important. Fundamental tayo. So please remember a term called frothy market. Frothy market. This is where you need to be very, very mindful. Kapag ang Pilipinas tumuloy sa isang pagkakataon na lahat po ng index bagsak pero nagliliparan po yung mga walang kwentang stock na walang fundamentals, that can lead to a frothy market. Okay? What does that mean? There are particular assets, okay, that have no fundamental na lumilipad. The market doesn't care of the fundamentals. Kapag ang merkado biglang nag-focus on the frothy, ibig sabihin yung mga third liners, mga basura. I hate to use the word basura, but they're called third liners or penny stocks, no? If people focus on those that have no fundamentals, the problem there, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're approaching a frothy market. And actually, based naman sa nakikita ko, I don't think we're going there sa Philippines. I don't think so. I think people are just reactive no? They're reactive on the current political situation, no? As a trader, ako kasi yung makikilala nyo ako if I teach stock market, makikilala nyo ako. I am balanced, no? I also do some third liners. Alam ko galawan ng mga third liners. Pero I also do indexes. As a matter of fact, I scalp Jollibee. I do scalp those, So I do indexes, no? So, as a Coach Miranda Minor, ang gusto kong gawin po natin is if we talk about these types of assets, wag po tayong agad-agad magiging very bullish, especially if it's the market who is making. Again, this is also one of my learnings, guys, on managing stock market trades. We cannot be overly bullish on stocks na wala pong ilalim, na wala siyang fundamentals. When I say fundamentals, are you checking their profit to earnings ratio or earnings earnings to share ratio, no? Do you check that? Do you check yung total liquidity nila? Do you check their utang? Do you check their liabilities? As a matter of fact, yan po yung isa sa mga dahilan why one of the stocks, no? I'm trying to remember, one of the stocks did not fly, out after the IPO. Sunod-sunod yun eh. Alalahanin ko but Merry Market, sobrang ganda ng IPO niya. Nakapasok tayo dyan, no? I'll try to remember, but there was one stock na hindi gaano lumipad because when we saw the fundamental, when we saw the when we're looking at the paper, no, yung parang white paper pag nag-IPO yan, nakita namin that medyo maraming actually dito. It was dito. Maganda yung kanyang IPO, no, umabot ng 18 pesos yan. Pero when we look at the fundamentals ng kanyang share, ang laki po ng ang laki ng inutang nila just to come up with that investment. Ang laki ng inutang nila if I'm not mistaken, no? So, kung iisipin mo, are you going to invest on PLDT or are you going to invest on the third telco? Syempre, yung mindset ng mga tao, third telco, sasabayan mo, tataas yung presyo ng third telco eh. 'Di ba? Sasabayan mo siya, i-hype mo siya. But is it going to be a worth is it something that you can invest long term? Iisipin mo, PLDT and Globe, valuation-wise, huge capex pero ang laki na ng infrastructure, maganda na yung kanyang EBITDA, maganda na yung kanyang valuation in the next 5 years. PLDT, malaki na rin ang kanyang infrastructure, maganda yung EBITDA niya. Pagtingin mo kay dito, everyone was going gaga about the stock. Hoy, sige, bibili na tayo. Third telco, magiging presyo ng Globe yan, magiging presyo ng PLDT yan. The price right now is 5 pesos. It went to 18. The sellers sold at 18 pesos. Sorry, the founders sold at 18 pesos. Boom, bumaba ng 13 pesos. Bumaba ng 8 pesos. Case in point. That's what I'm trying to say. Investors, the wise ones, they look at the lalim. They look at the fundamentals of the particular stock, especially if you are trading in the stock market. No? So let's now go with an example. No? Let's just try to look at web. Aralin natin sa web. Medyo mahaba-haba yung course natin today. Pagsensyahan nyo na ako. Okay. Alright. Ayan, yung huling-huling release was April 12. Let's see if I'm going to see valuations. There you go. Okay. Aralin natin to ng mabilis. Ito tinuturo ko to before, no? I'm teaching stock market eh. So if I'm teaching the stock market, that I will only tell you to look at PVB, price to book value. Okay? And you look at the price to earnings, no? Price to earnings, P2E and PVB. You will only look there. Kasi, titignan mo dito, yan, yung book value, price, okay, cash, price to earnings, ang baba, negative, price to sales, price to book value, cash per share, earnings per share, 1.4 million active shares, market capitalization 4 million pesos. I'm kidding. No. Sales. Okay. One of those na hindi naman kasing ganun ng Jollibee, no? So, basically, what is the current price to the total book value? Book value is your total book value, technically your total of all of your assets, etc., etc. Price to earnings, total of earnings over to your stock price, yun na ibig sabihin yan. So, earnings per share, total of earnings to the total number of available shares. Yan. I'm not excited. I'm not really excited. News. I don't think they're issue. Okay? They're doing it. That's it, guys, no? Yung mga highlights nila. Look at the EBITDA 35. Well, current assets, receivables, okay. Well, okay. Okay, good. It looks like it's an interesting stock, no? Okay, the total earnings before income tax and depreciation amortization is actually positive, pero tingnan mo na lang yung net income, guys. Negative. Maraming utang to. Anyways, that's how I kinda understand the market, no? Pag isa-isa ko yan. I'm looking at COL right now. If you're new to what I'm sharing, I'm actually using this to trade some stocks, no, in the Philippine stock market. All right. Let's go to PSEI right now. I'm not looking at your questions, guys, ha? Mayami, I'm going to look at your questions. Let me go to PSEI right now. Okay. Alright. Saan po pupunta ang Philippine stock market ngayon? Noong mga nakakarang araw, sinabi ko na sa inyo na mauuntog yan sa 7,000. No, I don't think it's going to go above 7,000 anymore because of what's happening in the market. So, obviously, parang Bitcoin, no? Para siyang Bitcoin, kamukha niya si Bitcoin ngayon. Potentially, hahanap tayo. Actually, yung ibang traders, natutuwa ako sa mga ibang traders. Ginagamit nila yung Fibonacci din. Pero ang ginagamit niyang Fibonacci was a 6,000. Ito yung ginagamit niyang Fib, no? Pakita ko sa inyo yung ginagamit niyang Fibonacci. Ito yung ginagamit niya, yung 6,000 area. Yan. And yung Fibonacci na sinasabi niya, sana mag-hold sa 6,600, 6,644. And I'm not using that. No, sa mga bago po sa channel natin, I did a demo for PSEI and you will notice I'll give you a magic. We know bakit po nag-correct sa 8,900 yan. We know ba't nag-correct doon and we have a way to measure that. We know bakit sumalo sa 3,969 ang stock market. We know bakit nag-correct sa 8,900. We know bakit nag-support si 6,546. We have our Fibonacci's to support us. Okay? And we know the trend of 2017, 2018, way back year 1987 to 2002. Kaya po naming i-predict yung ganyang uuntugan, especially if you are on a upward trend already. But where is the stock market right now going? Based on my TAs earlier, our pure technical analysis, pag ganito yung nakikita po natin on the Philippine stock market, of course, no, we're all expecting na potentially pwede pang bumaba. No, because again, the market is actually following what the bigger market is doing. Pag ganyan ang chart mo, of course, you do the Fibonacci's. 'Di ba? Ang trabaho mo diyan alamin saan ito magsusupport. Yun ang trabahong alamin natin. So kukunin mo yung low, yung swing low niya going to the swing high. Of course, you're going to consider a Fibonacci support at 6720, pero tingin po natin it can still go down to 6,200 if the net foreign selling continues to go up. Okay, in my humble, huwag niyo akong aawayin if you have a candidate. Wala akong sinasabing candidate ko ha. Sa akin lang, bilang a trader and a technician, in my perspective, meron pa ring effect, no? Kung marami pa rin ang magbebenta influenced by the bigger US market, the Philippines net foreign selling can still go even higher. And there's gonna be a sell-off. Ang support po natin will become your 382 on this drop. But you need to remember, pinost ko din po ito sa ating Twitter. Okay? Take a look at this. Pinost ko din ito ha. Okay, take a look at this, no? Pinost din po natin ito. This one. All right? Every after election, we see that there is a potential increase, you know, from a trajectory perspective of your stock market every after election. Ngayon po yung nakikita every after election, no? With the exception of obviously your 2020 na apektuhan yan. So, may long and short answer po sa inyo. Meron po bang potential decline? I see a potential decline in the stock market if the current global market is going to be still continuing. No? For me to be honest with you, ang retailers maliit lang eh. Mas malaki pa din ang investors, yung malalaki sa US, sa States, sa Pilipinas. To be honest with you, meron ako isang istorya dyan na alam. Kawawa ang mga retailers sa Pilipinas sa stock market. Ang dami pa ring institutions. At nagtatawagan yan, huwag niyo ako susumbong. Tatawagan yan. Huy, are you going to sell? Oo, bababa ako eh. I'm not kidding. Tago mo na lang sa pangalan na secret. Tatawagan yan. And pag retailer ka, kawawa ka. Minsan nagsisell off ang isang stock, hindi mo alam. Walang kahit anong news. 'Di ba? I'm not kidding, guys. Kawawa ang retailers. Bakit kamo? Maliit lang ang retailer ng Pilipinas. Unlike nung nangyari sa isang stock, nalugi si Melvin Capital kay GME. No, nalugi. Melvin Capital was shorting GME. The entire Reddit community, anong ginawa nila? Nagkaisa sila, they were buying longs. Nalugi po ng billions ang Melvin Capital. Kayang magtulong-tulong ng global market para talunin ng isang investor. Sa Philippines, I don't see that. I know this for a fact. Nag-uusap-usap po yung mga yan. I'll just not name names anymore. Okay? So for me, the market can continue to go down if the net foreign selling. Ngayon, I'm still optimistic. Ako po ay optimistic, positive that with the new administration, sana, no, actually, to be honest with you, ang pangit po ng media ngayon eh. Take a look at this. Bloomberg Marcos. Take a look. Okay, take a look at this balita. Bongbong Marcos presidential win could cause Philippine stock to go sideways. 'Di ba? The global media right now doesn't look at this win as a positive development. So if again, Bloomberg is owned by someone in the US, no? May mga interest sa mga yan, no? I don't know. But for this type of media to talk this way, do they represent the investor's mindset? Maybe yes, maybe no. But a net foreign selling, let me open that, no? Para alam nyo din. Net foreign selling, PSEI. Okay. All right. It says here that ayan, benchmark. This was, what date is this? May 10. Okay. The benchmark dropped 38.97 points. Sorry, I stand corrected. I'm not sure if I said billion on net foreign selling, no? Imposibleng 30 billion because the turnover value is only 5 to 6 billion pesos per day sa stock market. So let's try to read this. Ayan na. There you go. All right. Net foreign selling grew to 1.08 billion. Right? Palaki ng palaki ng palaki ng palaki. 'Di ba? 300 million average. 851 million on Friday. 1.08 billion, almost magkano yan? 15% of the entire market, net foreign selling. So, if you think about it, from a net foreign selling perspective, people are going to sell. Diba? It's going to go sideways or going to go down because huwag niyong isipin na isang tao lang may kagagawan ng lahat ng ito. The bigger market, in this case, the bigger market, the Wall Street, the Dow Jones, right? They're also tanking. Bagsak sila. So, anong gagawin ng market ngayon? Bibili ako. Dalawa ang klase ng market ngayon, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina. Dalawa. Itong babaeng ito, tulad niya, may mga ganyang tao, bibili po ako, sabi niya,
I don't know when this darkness ends, but the day it ends, these stocks will be up the same 20%. They're 10 to 20% they're falling every day, and it's going to be really hard to time that bounce.
May mga ganyan tao na bibili, they look at the fundamentals, they're going to buy, right? Pero may mga tao na ayoko, iwanan ko muna si market. I'm not an investor, I'm really a trader. Pwedeng ganun. Mag-aantay ako ng true dip. I'm going to wait for the right time. Okay? Alright. Kamusta? May naunawaan ba kayo? Did you guys learn? Did you guys learn? Did you guys learn something today? Again, I'm trying not to be very, very political, Any questions so far? I mean, I'm trying to simplify it for you. Kinaklaro ko lang. Kasi ang dami nag-iisip ngayon, isang tao may kagagawan yan. It's not. The entire market right now, hindi lang po Pilipinas, dugong-dugo na po. Yung mga nagsasabi na Philippines lang ang red, hindi po totoo yun. The entire market is down. Okay? Alright. Meron pa akong isang topic. Ang dami nating Let me just read some comments. Nosebleed. Alright, I see the question of Jasper. Is Jasper ba yung nagtanong na yun? EJ, matagal na tayo na sa bear. Iba kasi yung ginagamit kong metric on finding the bear, guys, FYI. Alright. Jasper about JP Morgan. Itong balita ng JP Morgan that they're dropping. Okay, you need to remember JP Morgan is not just the only one na big driver of many economies. In my opinion, I don't know if you're familiar with MSCI, no? MSCI is the one that's actually being used to classify if a potential stock can be added to an index, especially the microeconomies tulad ng Philippines, no? Every quarter they do index rebalancing. So aside from JP Morgan, you know, you have other companies right now. Other companies right now, let me just try to search the name. Okay. So, if you think about it, marami kasing mga companies ngayon, no? I don't think it's only JP Morgan who can give such comments, no? I'm not an expert on the field, pero ang pagkakaalam ko dito, when we're looking for investments, companies, pakita ko sa inyo ha. I will look for it. Just give me a second, guys. Para pakita ko sa inyo to. Para at least isang puntahan na lang tayo. Hindi na kayo aalis, no? Isang puntahan na lang. Just give me a second, okay? Let me open a file. Okay. Investments for me is dependent on many factors, no? I don't think such pronouncements can be a big driver of it. Alam mo, even the US Senate can sometimes give resolutions, say, oh, we need to do this, we're condemning the Philippines, blah, blah, blah. Pokwa, I mean, for what? Minsan ganun eh. I mean, at the end of the day, it's our own sovereignty, di ba? So, again, I don't want to be political, pero let me open a file. Just give me a second, let me look for it. Ito na. Tuturo ko to minsan sa inyo. Here. Okay. There are three companies, no, that I am looking at, no. Moody's, Standard & Poor's, and Fitch, no? Yan. Yan. So, for me, ang ginagamit ko bilang isang indicator that a potential country can be a risk on investment is the categories given by Moody's, Standard & Poor's, and Fitch, no? Ayokong paduguin yung ilong ninyo, pero I do have, this is part of my slides, no, when I teach on investments. There are different types of investment layers, no, on how you rate a country. Tumataas yan kapag yung utang mo is less than, as far as I know, no, kapag ang utang ng isang bansa is less than 20% of your GDP, tumataas ang investment grade. And I remember Philippines used to be on BBB. We were BBB. No? So, for me, the ratings of such pronouncements of such banks, JP Morgan Investment, that's fine. They can always do that. But for me, ginagamit ko itong tatlong to as a potential ratings to react Kasi dito makikita kung maganda yung ekonomiya ng isang bansa. Do they have the good fiscal policies? Are they welcome to investors? Maganda ba yung credit rating nila? Maganda ba yung kanilang economy, yung taxation? Welcoming ba sila to investors? That's kind of how I see, the investment climate based on the scores given by these three big rating agencies. So, ayokong paduguhin yung ilong nyo. Baka overwhelmed na kayo today. Pero, this is part of the many things na we're not yet teaching to all of you. Sinasummarize lang po natin lahat. No? At sana makatulong. No? Na tingin ko, okay lang magsalita ng ganyan yung mga ganyan mga bangko. They're big, no? But I think the economy of the Philippines is strong. Strong in the sense that I think we have good leaders, we have good investment bankers, we have good economists. Filipinos are good in terms of managing its business. I think maganda ang ekonomiya ng Pilipinas dahil maayos ang mga Pilipinong CEO. Tingin ko maayos ang ating the way Filipinos manage its businesses. I think fundamentally we are very ethical. Yun ang tingin ko doon. The only thing na pwede nating ayusin in our economy today is the way the way our constitution and the way that our taxation policies for investors are written today. Marami na pong proposal to change that. No? So again, if you're gonna be asking me, is the Philippines going to decline? The short and long answer is, it will depend on what the bigger market is going to do. No, and hindi po ako nananakot sa tingin po natin hindi mabilis na makakalabas dito. No, kailangan po natin ng dalawang kandila. I need to see a confirmation candle. 2 days daily candle to know that the delubyo is at least papaalis na. So wag po tayong biglang aasa na the stock market is going to recover. Agad-agad, no? Of course, ilang araw nag-sell off and dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari ngayon. Unang-una, ikaw ba yung investor na bibili? Pangalawa, ikaw ba yung investor na mag-aantay or magti-trade ka muna? Okay? Alright. Okay, wag mag-away-away sa chat, ha? Okay, mag-away-away sa chat. Okay. Alright, guys. Okay, again, chill lang tayo sa show natin, no? This is just my opinion. I have been studying the US market and the Philippines market for quite some time na po. Hindi lang po crypto. Kaya tingin ko po, meron po tayong kakayahang magbigay ng opinion tungkol dito, especially on the fundamentals of the market. As a matter of fact, tayo po ay magsimula maging dalubhasa on fundamentals before we even go technicals. No, inaral po natin kasi sa trabaho ko dati mag-analisa ng financial statements, no. So yan po nagsimula yung ating interest on understanding each industries and the entire market itself. And we got a diploma on investment analysis from RFP Philippines to know ano ba ito pinidi-discuss natin dito, no. So we got that and makatulong sa atin yan to interpret the market, no. Anyways, nasaan na tayo? Dami ko ni-discuss. Anong oras na? 10:30 na pala. Let's go to Bitcoin, guys. Let's go to Bitcoin. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Uy, dito pa comment natin. 9:30 candles. No, marami tayong i-highlight ko lang yung mga nasa Twitters po natin. Okay? Pasalamatan ko lang yung mga nagpa-follow sa akin sa Twitter. Ito yung isa sa mga reminders natin. Guys, the 9:30 market, sabihin ko lang, this is also true on the stock market, no? The 9:30 market is a beginner's market. Ang ibig sabihin lang yan, that the market is volatile. Sobrang volatile po ng 9:30 to 10:30. At one of the proof of concept na sinabi ko na maghintay, I remember this was my tweet ng 9:39 p.m. This was my tweet. Sabi ko mag-antay kasi papataas yung market that time. Sabi ko, wait, mag-antay kayo. Antay kayo. Ayan papakit siya But after that, after the 32,000 small micro run, pataas, biglang humataw ng 32,000 and even humataw ng 29,000 pababa, So 9:30 and 10:30 is a beginner's market. Marami diyang volatility, marami dyan na short squeeze, na long squeeze. So mag-iingat 9:30 to 10:30 ng gabi sa Philippines. Even sa local stock market, it's 9:30 ng umaga hanggang 10:30 ng umaga. We call it a beginner's market. Okay? Alright. A day ago, sabi natin 30K support. 30K support. 30K support, no? May 9 of 11:27 p.m. 30K pwedeng mag-support. 30K. Inulit-ulit ko. 30K. Okay, tingnan natin. That was May 9, 11:27. So ito yan. So here. Andito pa lang yung market. May 9. Here, andito pa lang yung market, no? 32,934. Dito pa lang, no? We know that a 30K can be your support, no? On a candle to confirm, no? True enough, nag-aantay tayo ng 30,000, no? Umabot pa ng 29,700 bounce, no? Ito pong bounce na to is attributed on the previous support here. You actually have a 29 on this particular range po. Here, meron po tayo ditong support level, no? Around that area. Okay? All right. Hinto muna ako, inom ng tubig. Kaya pa ba? Type number 1 kung kaya pa. Kaya. Mamaya, I'm going to Luna, don't worry. Kaya pa ba? Sabi ni Kit Robles, ang bilis ng 29 kaninang umaga. Pinag-usapan namin ng mga mentors, and sabi namin, guguhit lang yan, tapos biglang aakyat. Di ba, mentors? Kaya pa? Okay. Okay, kakayanin yan. Kakayanin niyo yan. Alright, thank you so much. Okay, alright. Okay, kaya pa. Let's now go to the crypto market. Tapos na ba ang delubyo? Tapos na ba ang delubyo? Alright. Okay. Dito papasok yung kapangyarihan ng system natin. Ito yung pinaka-epektibong aplikasyon ng ating sistema. When I was backtesting the confirmation candles, it made me realize that kapag nagma-market bottom, if there is a market bottom, normally, you will wait for a one-day candle confirmation bounce on the major support. Okay. Kunin natin ngayon of course, wala nang tanong, right hand na po yan, no? Wala na pong tanong-tanong, lahat po ito right hand na. No? Right hand na po. Alam niyo naman kung anong right hand, diba? Nagkaroon na ng divergence or convergence. Convergence, no? So, ang gagawin po natin, let me just do, naka-percent tayo. Regular. Okay. Ang unang-unang gagawin natin is this, no? Uh, okay, so ang unang gagawin po natin is to understand if the support will become the most effective support, no? If the support today is going to become the most effective support. Actually, very risky yung nangyayari ngayon, to be honest with all of you. Very risky. If I'm going to use this support, iaakit ko yan dito. To be honest, pwede pa tayo mag-intay ng 28K. Ulitin ko If I'm going to use this swing low, itong 2020 na March 15, if I'm going to use this, no? So, again, I'm using this and we're going to use the most recent itong price action na to. If I'm going to use this, magto 28,821 is my strongest support. Hindi na ako kukuha dito. I'm not going to get here because this is broken already. I will not use that. I will not use that. Okay? Okay. Mag-hi lang ako sa mga taga-TikTok. Kasi i-edit namin to. I will put this in TikTok as well. Hello, TikTok. Follow nyo ako. Thank you for the 30,000 followers there in TikTok. Ang bilis ng TikTok. Grabe, 30,000 agad. Maraming salamat mga TikTokerists. Okay? So, I'm going to use a 28 already. To be honest with you. No? Unang ginamit po natin was here, no? The previous support, no? 33. Baba natin, sorry. Yung previous support, yan. I used that. And of course, ginamit ko na, sabi ko, gagamitin ko na din yung mga existing kasi ito yung common, ito yung magiging critical support range mo. Hindi lang siya magiging isa, ang dami, di ba? Alright. Ginamit ko rin yung pinakatuktok, yung 5.618, ginamit ko na din yun, no? But because on a one-day candle, I still don't see a confirmation. Okay, ulitin ko hindi pa ako nakakakita ng confirmation of a bounce. What does that mean? I want another candle here. And I want another candle here to open. Okay? Hindi pa ako magde-declare ng victory against the dump. No? Yung binili ko na 30,000, kumalabit yon. Meron ako naka-order na, alam ko kasi mag-bounce ang 30,000 yan Kaya medyo malaki-laki yung tinrade ko. Maliit lang yung leverage natin. Maliit lang. So, nag-position ako doon. I know 30,000 is gonna be a bounce. Pagka-bounce niya, boom! Biglang humataw ng 32. Nag-TP na ako 30,700 pa lang. Malaki na yun Malaki na yung, sobrang laki na capital ko doon. TP 30,700. No, sabi ko, malaki na to. I'm gonna show it to you, no. Meron akong trigger order doon let me show that to you guys. $30,000. Here, pakita ko sa inyo Ipo-post ko dyan sa Twitter para makita ninyo. Meron ako nakaabang na order dyan. I bought this on a coin, not on USDT, no? Coin ito. I bought some of my USDT my Bitcoin spot positions. I bought it. Nakaabang ako ng 30K. Sinabi ko na sa mga mentors. I think I said that. Meron akong pinoprogram order on 30,000. Nag-slippage ang kumagat na order 30,016.42. Okay? So, pakita ko sa inyo para makita nyo. Pero again, hindi ako nag-position Nag-trade ako, close trade na po ito, close trade na. So I want you to see it. This one. So I had a pending trigger order on a 30,000 No, but I'm very conservative because malaki po yung capital ko dito, no? Medyo malaki po. I want this kasi sabi ko ang laki ng pakiramdam ko that magbo-bottom to sa 30,000 eh. So naglagay ako ng order diyan. Trigger order to ha, trigger order, no? Yun, kinagat niya, boom, umakyat ng sabi ko, take profit na ako. Malaki na to, tama na to. Makabili na ako ng matagal na membership sa gym nito. Diba? 11% pero ayoko na sabihin ko magkano yung capital ko dyan. So, yun ang ginawa ko. Is it right now from a position, ibig sabihin, iiwan ko na matagal yung pera ko, no? Is it going to be something na pwede ko nang iwan yung pera ko dyan? Ganun eh. Diba? And in my perspective, sa tingin po natin, I can only scout this market today. I can do a little bit of intraday. Pero ang nakikita po natin, for example, I'll give you an example. Kanina I was looking for, pakita ko sa inyo I was waiting for this breakout. I was waiting for this inverted head and shoulders yan. I was waiting for that. Ayan, inaantay ko to. Yan, naantay ko yan. Tini-A ko na yan. Sabi ko, I'm going to enter, scalp ako dito. Sa 31,000 something na yan. Diba? Sabi ko, mukhang aakyat dyan. At kung aakyat man, magko-correct, magbabounce lang ulit sa same area. So, ginawa natin yan. No? So, pagkatapos akong kumita ng 30,000, sabi ko, mukhang mag-head and shoulders inverted ito. Gawa tayo ng TA gawa ko ng TA on an inverted HNS. So, ito yan. This one. Kung nakita nyo to, yan, no? Inverted HNS, scalp. I got 11%. Diba? So, in my perspective, tingin ko po, as a market observer, I think hindi pa tayo dapat magpaka-bullish position trade ngayon from a Bitcoin perspective. In my perspective, I think this market needs to see ito yung pinaka-powerful na implementation ng confirmation candle. We need to see 2 days na nag-confirm na tapos na yung delubyo, and I have yet to see that. As a matter of fact, I am still seeing a falling knife. No? So kung ako, sasabihan nyo ko, either mag-aantay ako on the bounce, I would like to wait on a 30K confirmation candle, dalawa, bounce, or I'm going to wait, tatanggalin ko mo itong dalawang to, or I'm going to wait on a drop on a 28K, then paakyat. I will wait for a 30,800 confirmation. Kailangan ko ng dalawa, no? Isa, pangalawa, or isa, pangalawa. Yan ang aantayin natin. I'm going to wait for the confirmations. Natapos na yung delubyo. Okay? Again, naka-right hand na tayo ha. Walang problema doon. From a trader perspective, I will wait. Ngayon, from an investor perspective, can I buy this dip? In my standpoint, ako po ay bumibili ng maliliit na position every multiples of 1,000. 31,000, 32,000, 30,000, 33,000, 34, 35, 36, 37. Dinaanan ko po, I've been buying DCAs lang ako. DCA lang ako. I've been doing that. No? Am I net negative today? I am net negative today. Sa SWOT ko. That's fine. That's fine. Michael Saylor is net negative. For me, that's okay. Net negative. But I'm buying because my mindset right now, my mindset is 2024. 2024. I didn't withdraw my positions. Alam niyo naman magkano kalaki yung wallet ko. Diba? I'm just buying, guys. I'm just buying. You know, I've learned my lesson and I will keep on buying this coin. I look at the fundamentals. Parang Jollibee sa akin to eh. Natakot ako eh. When I saw a drop of 92. Diba? Pero syempre, mag-aantay ako based on my TA ng mas malaking bibilhin para mag-net even ako sa mga talo ko. May nakaabang po akong malaking order. Sabi ko 30,000. So right now, nag-intraday ako and now I'm going to look for a confirmation candle above that support line. Okay? Let's now go to Luna. Nakala nyo tapos na ako. Hindi pa ako tapos. Maraming topics today. Alright. Luna. What happened? Woo! What happened to Luna? Okay. Here's what have happened. I posted this. Twitter na naman. Bantayan yung Twitter ko. Bantayan nyo lagi yan. Ay, nag-gym pala ako kanina, guys. Hindi ako puro trade, ha? Nag-gym din tayo. We need to go to the gym. Kailangan yan. Papawis kayo. Game puro trade. Alright. Alright. Kape din. Ganda ting Eliza. Thank you. Sabi niya, hello, Miranda Miner. Nabalik ako dyan. Ano yan, guys? Starbucks yan sa Feliz Mall. Nagaling yung batang yan. Okay. So, ito pa pala, pakita ko sa inyo, guys. So I've been shorting the market, ha. Meron akong dalawang talo. 11.66 and negative 2.9. Dalawang talo yan. But, it is what it is, no? What's important for me is makontrol ko yung loss ko. Makontrol ko yung loss ko. So, I have two losses, 2.9 negative and negative 11.66. The rest are still wins. Naka-recover ako dyan. Ang mahalaga, no? Maramdaman mo yung talo at ma-experience mo at again, yung focus mo bilang isang trader, malinis, maayos. Kahit matalo, okay lang yan. I experience talaga na matalo. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Siguro gagawa ako ng isang content para lang dyan. Ma-explain ko sa inyo na maayos yan. But for me, masarap ma-experience na meron tayong shorting on this market. Unlike the stock market, walang shorting. Nakakainis. Woo! Alright. So let's now go on. Ano ba nangyari kay Luna, Coach? Ano ba nangyari dyan? Ano ba nangyari? Alright. Okay. Explain ko na ng mabilis. Okay. So you need to remember that Luna is Bitcoin collateralized. I stand corrected. UST. UST, no? Not Luna. It's Bitcoin collateralized. They have an algorithm. They have an algorithm that will work to make a stable coin. We all know ano ibig sabihin ng stable coin, diba? It's a pegged coin to a fiat currency. Ang difference ng UST, it's not a pegged coin to a fiat, it's a pegged coin to Bitcoin. Okay, ulitin ko ha. USDT, USDC, BUSD, they are actually pegged coin to commercial paper. Para malaman nyo yung details na yan, by the way, promote ko lang. Para malaman nyo yung mga yan, promote ko lang mag-enroll kayo dito. Dito sa aking cryptocurrency. Andiyan dyan lahat. How to create your first wallet, what is DAO, how to create a DAO, Metaverse 3.0, DeFi, NFT, crypto mining, yung basics lang and yung bonus kasi yung crypto mining dyan. Nilagay ko na lahat ng alam ko dyan sa course na yan. Yan. Well, except yung investment 101, sobrang hirap nun. Get that. Explain ko rin yung stablecoin issues dyan. So, ganito na nga. So, ano ba nangyari? So, since it is a Bitcoin pegged, hindi siya stablecoin, no? Unlike si USDT, may commercial paper peg, meron treasuries pegged, pero si USDC, alam ko, BUSD is 98% dollar pegged yan, stable yan. Alam mo, nung bumagsak si Luna, and bumagsak yung value, ito na, explain ko mabuti Nung bumagsak si Luna, nung bumagsak yung value ng Bitcoin, merong ginawa yung may-ari ng UST. Explain ko sa inyo. Okay, wait lang Ito na. And I tweeted for this eh. Nahanap ko yung tweet ko. Wait lang ah. Okay, wait. I'm not using my spectacles kasi makita masyado yung mga letters. Sensya na kayo ah. Okay, anyways. Wala. Alimutan ko na. So, ito na yung nangyari. Ito na. Okay. Ito na. So pati yung mga nagsistake ng UST, apektado kayo guys ha. Yung bibiro, ito yung impermanent loss nyo ha. So if you are staking UST right now, negative ang port ninyo. So ito yan. Bumagsak yung kanilang value. Normally, ang stablecoin dapat hindi nagfa-fluctuate to 0.97 maximum. Critical na yon. 0.97 to $1, volatility dapat umaakyat ulit, nagda-diverge sa $1, no? That's the problem. Ang ginawa kasi nito ng UST, they use Bitcoin as a collateral. Diba? They use Bitcoin as a collateral. Ang nangyari, ito, so dapat nakapeg yan sa $1, diba? So, yung mga hodlers, bumababa, nagbentahan sila, parang nag-bank run, nagtakbuhan. Diba? Nagtakbuhan sila. Nangyari. Ano, diba? Kasi nagvo-volatile. Hindi naman niya trabaho tapos yung volatility, kaya nga siya, peg coin eh. So, ang ginawa kasi nila, itong tinatawag nating algorithmic stablecoin, this is one of their experiments. In summary, ang naging desisyon ni Do Kwon dyan is they're going to give it now into a professional market maker that will decide that they are going to buy Bitcoin if the price is low, and they're going to buy, if I'm not mistaken, not Luna, they're going to buy Bitcoin if the price is low. In short, ang gusto nilang gawin, tatanggalin nila ngayon yung algorithm nila. It should be managed by a professional market maker that will manage the volatility for them. So, doon tayo sa root cause. Ang root cause nito, nung nakita ng mga tao yung volatility, go to CoinMarketCap, no? When you go to CoinMarketCap, titingnan mo ngayon yung Tether. Volatile yan. Tingnan mo ha. Ayan. Tingnan mo, di ba? Ito yung volatility niya. Ayan. At the end of the day, it should converge into $1. Pwedeng bumaba ng 0.97, 0.999, pwede doon. Ganyan ang trabaho ng USD. Stablecoin siya eh. Fiat currency backup siya eh. The problem with USD, ito na. Yun. Kita mo yun? Yan no? Bumaba. Nagbentahan. When it went to a 96, nag-alisan yung mga tao, nagbentahan ng USD. That's the problem, no? Nagbentahan sila. So what have happened here is a reaction to the current volatility of the supposed to be stable asset backed up by Bitcoin, no? I've been researching what's the algorithm. It's proprietary to them, eh, no? But in my opinion, ang reverse effect nito, keep in mind ang reverse, kaya nga nag-add sila ulit ng another, yung Luna Foundation, nagpahiram na naman ng Bitcoin eh. Lumabas yan sa whale alert, no? Ang kabaliktaran nito is, if this did not happen and Bitcoin would have went to $50,000, they would have earned. Kasi the value of your denominator will go stronger. Ang ginawa kasi niya, UST/BTC, ginawa niyang collateral si Bitcoin. So, that's the natural effect if you're using a volatile coin as a collateral. That's a natural effect. And when people saw the value of UST going down, nagkaroon a little bit of a bank run. So just look at the documents that I'm opening, no. May mga internet sites naman akong ino-open, no. So yan, explain ko na. Unlike other crypto, Terra doesn't have any cash to back up its token. It uses a complex mix of code, alongside Luna to back up its price, to stabilize its price. So, bakit bumagsak ng sobrang laki? And for me, oversold si Luna. Okay? For me, oversold si Luna. Guys, no? Kung ako tatanungin ninyo, based on the fundamentals ni Luna, I would have to avoid Luna kapag hindi kayo sanay sa volatility niya. Okay? If you're not used on the volatility of Luna, I would have not opened Luna today. The reason being is I think Luna will be very, very volatile. Magka-fluctuate po ito. Let me just try to open. Just give me a second, guys. Luna is gonna be very, 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 very... open ko na ngayon. Let me just open the coin right now. Diyan pa ba kayo, guys? Ang haba ng topic natin. 2 oras na ako nagla-live. Sabi ko sa inyo, 2 oras ako today. Wala na akong live bukas, ha? Wala na akong live bukas. Grabe kayo. Lakas nyo sa akin. Okay, let's go for Luna. Pag hindi kayo sanay sa volatility, do not trade this coin. You'll get wiped out, guys. You'll get wiped out. Let me go to 1 hour. Here. In a span of 1 to 3 hours. In a span of 3 hours, the price of Luna, again, 3 hours, the price of Luna came from $23 to $36. Only to bounce again on a 28. So, you don't normally see that on Luna, no? In my perspective, kung kayo ay bibili ng Luna, here's what I'm going to do. Kukunin ko sa pinakailalim to. Okay. Unusual tong drop niya, ha? So, this is beyond any TAs today. Unusual tong drop na to. Tapos ito, papahinga na tayo. Ang dami ko ng tinapik. Hinapapagod na kayo, malamang. Okay. So, basically, kung titingnan mo sa pinakailalim, sa zero value nito, kung titingin ka sa Fibonacci nito, basag eh. Sa pinaka-zero, basag to. If you use the Fibonacci's, it breaks the laws of Fibonacci's. Kasi may statistical anomaly ka. No, it breaks the laws of Fibonacci's. For me, this is an oversold situation. For me, napaka-attractive ng presyo ng Luna sa akin. No, napaka-attractive niya. So from an investor standpoint, ito yung inaantay nating price ng Luna way back last year. Yung marami nakamiss nung kanyang bull run, no? If you're gonna be asking me if I'm going to invest on Luna, my answer is right now, no, I wanna say yes, no? Kasi tingin ko pwedeng sumalo si 29 eh. Pwedeng sumalo on si 29. Pero ang aantayin ko siguro dito, I need a confirmation candle on a 1-day time frame I need the confirmation candle, no? Kung gusto niyo tanong ng confirmation candle, enroll to my course. Malalaman niyo yan. I need the Miranda miner system to confirm on a 1.618 here. Kailangan ko yan. Hanggat hindi ito nagba-bounce, tingin ko may potential pang bumaba. Otherwise, wag niyo munang i-trade. Gusto ko magkaroon ng stability itong market, tulad ng kay Bitcoin. I want to see a confirmation candle over the next 2 days kung magko-confirm pataas. Gagawa ng candle that will reverse the trend. No? That's my TA for Luna. No? Again, sobrang pangit ng fundamentals, very volatile. People are in the limbo. Pwede pa bang bumaba ng 13.18? Pwede po siyang humalik doon sa 13.18? And eventually, pwede na siyang mag-rebound pataas? Pwede pa din. Kailangan lang maayos yung market panic today. Right now, 0.91 si Terra, risky pa din. Kailangan bumalik sa 1.0 yan. Si UST, not Terra. Okay, guys. Tapos na tayo today. I'm done. Mapagod ako dun, 2 hours. Ang hiling ko lang, i-like nyo naman yung live natin para sipagin si Coach sa kakaturo dito. No? Alright? Okay. Thank you sa good comments ni Elong. Sabi niya napakalupit daw ng system. Thank you so much. For people that would like to enroll in our course, punta po kayo sa globalmirandaminer.com. Punta po kayo dyan and go to the courses. Mamili lang po kayo ng course na gusto ninyo. We have beginner, intermediate. Start with the beginner and then the intermediate class. Okay? Alright. As promised, 2 oras tayo ngayon. Ang dami kong diniscuss. Okay? Inaral natin PSEI. PSEI stock chart tayo ng PSEI. I spoke about ano yung 3 stocks na ni-research natin, Web, Prim, and ARA. Okay? Should we start buying the 3? We spoke about fundamentals. You know, is the new administration causing the market capital? My answer is no. Net foreign impact, selling impact to PSEI. What's the driver for anong consequence ng very strong US dollar? We spoke about the market capitalization loss, the difference of valuation and price. We spoke about this. We spoke about Luna. I hope you liked our show for today. And you all get this for free. No, maraming salamat. Alam ko maraming bago dito. Ang taas ng viewers natin today. No? So again, my name is Coach Miranda Miner. Ako po ay nagla-live every 10 o'clock. At I hope may natutunan po kayo sa akin today. I teach the cryptocurrency market and trading. Maybe unlike the other mentors, tayo po ay kino-correlate po natin because in our system, we see a huge correlation of the index market to the cryptocurrency market. No? And for me, I will never go bullish on Bitcoin yet until I see a confirmation candle on a day time frame using a key level support of a 30,000 or even a 28,000. And binigay ko rin kanina yung mga confirmation candles on an index. Okay? So again, maraming salamat po. God bless all of you. And I hope that you've learned something today. And pa-subscribe naman. Sige na please. Sige na please. Pa-subscribe naman. Ha? Sa mga di nakakilala sa akin, ganun yung video natin before. No? Sorry, medyo seryoso ako dito. Hindi tulad ng ibang mga nagtuturo. Ganun talaga ito. Bihis pa nga ako. Alright. I love you, Miranda. Muamua. I love you so much. God bless you. Guys, again, wag mag-aaway. No? We're all one Filipino. We should love each other. I love you 3,000.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon.